How's it hanging, people? It's your boy MillzySawUs, and now one fella for lazy gaming, and welcome to my FIFA 18 PSG simulated career mode. This is season 2, episode 2, the recap of August. So we reached the deadline day, guys. I'm going to show you everything that went down. I've got my pictures ready on my phone, just in case I've missed anything. So first things first, guys, like in the previous episode, I'm just going to give you a recap of all the shit that went down that I thought was interesting. So I think the best place to start off is the transfer hub, and I'll work my way along, and anything that comes up I'll mention a bit later on. So now that the transfer window is over now, I have no reason to keep Modric or Kroos in my list. Actually, do you know what? I will keep them there because I'm a bit intrigued as to if any other clubs come and try and grab them. Douglas not interested in, so he can go. Donnarumma can stay. Pogba can stay. Zhang can stay. Nkunku did get transferred, but I'll get into that a little bit later on. Caligari can go. Benedek can go. Georgian can go. Deschamps can go. And yeah, Modric and Kroos, like I said before, can stay. Now, I'll keep Jan because he does have a very high potential, and I may bring him back to the club if I have enough money. But, of course, all I need to do is convince him of his wages. Now, a bit like Ribéry, he can play the left midfield, the left wing, but unlike Ribéry, he can play in the centre midfield. Now, 2 of those positions are available in my squad, but are filled by other players. So Zhang would not get any game time whatsoever, so he would be a prospect player. Now, because of his potential, I'll just try and constantly loan him out. So I'll put him on the loan list straight away to see if any offers come in. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. So guys, as you can see, I have signed for my 4th deal of the summer in Sergio Ramos from Real Madrid. The 32-year-old centre-back is a much better addition to the crucial team compared to Chiellini. Chiellini has recently been injured, and it came to my attention that he's not going to cut the mustard in the crucial squad. So I've demoted him to the rotation squad and added Hernandez, who was part of my rotation squad, into the Ramos deal. So I'll show you exactly what I paid for, which was £38 million with Hernandez and no additional fees. So pretty cheap. In the contract negotiations, it's pretty simple. He's a crucial member of this team. He's got 3 years with us, and we're paying him £300,000 a week. So those are my 4 signings of the summer. Very pleased with that. We spent a huge abundance of money. So hopefully now we could do a little bit of saving for the January transfer window. Okay, so Chelsea, Man U also wanted, I think it was Chelsea that you guys don't know about. They wanted to bring Pulisic to their club for a loan spell, but I'm very happy where Pulisic is, and I have no intention of getting rid of him for the campaign. Now, unfortunately, we've got no offers for Petr Cech, Alves, Ribéry, Falcao, Yuri, Kvaratskhelia or Ikone, and no loan offers for Hu and Bole and Rabiot. So things might get just a little bit interesting during this campaign. Who won't get any game time, but it might be a struggle to convince Rabiot to stay at this club without any game time. So I'm going to keep him on the loan list, so someone could hopefully later on down the line come and grab him. But worst case scenario, I'll just place him on the transfer list. As for Mbolo, he's got a high potential, so I don't really want to lose him either. So if there's an injury, maybe he can step up, but we're just going to have to see. As for all these guys who have been transfer listed, I couldn't give a fuck. So we're going to move on. I'm going to go into the squad hub just to check if there's anyone I missed. So yeah, Chiellini is got a torn groin and will be 100% fit in 3 weeks. Rabiot will be 100% fit in 12 days. Iniesta's form is just low. Like, it is bad at the moment, and I'm hoping he fixes that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to replace him in the rotation squad. I can't be having players with bad form. Oscar is still injured. He'll be 100% fit in 4 months. There we go. Goncalo Guedes, I've decided to loan out to Montpellier, one of our rival clubs, so I can monitor his progress in another team, because I don't want to get rid of Guedes. I think he's a valuable player, especially as a rotation player, but he's got in his squad role prospect, so I wouldn't be getting any complaints from him whatsoever. I think he's just someone really good to have on the team. But since I've got loads of players, there's not really enough room for him. So I figured the best thing for me to do is just to loan out Guedes so he doesn't get extremely unhappy. That is it for now. In the next episode, guys, I'm going to probably improve some contracts with some of the players we've got. We'll get a little bit more into that in a moment. Let's go through fixtures. Yeah, why not? Let's go through fixtures. So for August, as you can see all the results for yourselves, I'm not going to go through every single one, but I am extremely happy since our first game in the Liga 1 was against our ultimate rivals in AS Monaco. We absolutely thrashed them at home, 5-1. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really pleased about that. And before I get into that, I'm just going to mention all of the transfers that I found interesting that I won't be able to show you, because there was a lot of deals made and a lot of pictures I had to take, which leads me to conclude, guys, in the next episode I'm going back to pre-recording the videos like I normally do, but it's going to be sort of in the moment, so live basically. Not live for you guys, but live for me, so you'll be able to see my reactions, my thoughts. I just think with all this me taking pictures, writing down notes, it's making me bored, and I don't want to be bored of this career mode. You know, I'm loving the game, and I'm really enjoying myself. But let's get back to the transfers. Now, looking here, we've got a 31-year-old striker known as Aspas. In case you guys, I don't know him, but you guys might do. He's from RC Kelter. He got purchased by Schalke for 27.1. I saw the big figure and I was like, you know what? Gotta take an image of that. Next picture. We've got Giroud here. The French 31-year-old striker from Arsenal has been bought by Milan for £17.1 million. Arsenal need to get their shit together. Their team is crumbling. And I really want to monitor Arsenal this season. I want to see how they do in the Premier League, and I want to see which players they've got after the summer transfer window. Who else have we got? Cuadrado from Juventus, the 30-year-old right midfielder, has gone to Spurs for £20.7 million. We also have Liverpool's 30-year-old goalkeeper Mignolet has gone to Arsenal for 14.5. Will he make a difference? In my opinion, it's extremely controversial, but we're just going to have to see how Arsenal fare with a decent goalkeeper. Who else we've got? Nkunku actually got bought by a club known as Estoril Praia. Nkunku's part of the free agency. I did wanted to see whether someone would snatch him up, and I think that's a wise decision by this club. They got him for free, obviously. He was happy with the contract they were offering. The 20-year-old centre midfielder. It will be. I'm very happy for him. I do hope he is successful in his new club. Alcácer, FC Barcelona's 24-year-old striker, has gone to Burnley for £27.5 million. I also noticed that Hoffenheim's Vogt, the 26-year-old centre back, has gone to Southampton for £23.6 million. Weigl from Borussia Dortmund, a 20-year-old CDM, has gone to Wolfsburg for £31.6 million. And Real Madrid's 27-year-old right winger Vasquez has gone to Stoke City for 37.4. There's a lot of 30 million price tags on a lot of these players. This was a big one. Now, Real Madrid have spent £80,500,000 on a new striker. So it looks like Benzema is not cutting the mustard without the likes of Ronaldo being at present, setting him up with those curves and free kicks. They have brought in from Inter Milan Icardi, the 25-year-old striker. Let's see how he fares at Real Madrid. Benteke has left Crystal Palace, the 27-year-old striker, going to Newcastle for £24.2 million. Aston Villa spent about £8.8 million on Iturbi. Not very exciting transfer, but I remember a point in one of the previous career modes that he was an excellent player. Not so much now, in my opinion. Now here's a big one. Borussia Dortmund have spent £42.6 million on Roberto Firmino, the 26-year-old striker from Liverpool. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare there. Now this was the best signing that Arsenal have done. You know, despite them losing all of their, most of their good players, they have brought in a solid defender from Southampton. The 27-year-old centre back Van Dijk has gone to Arsenal for £56.7 million. So at least they're going to have a bit of good defence. Eden Hazard's brother, Tim Hazard, from Mönchengladbach, the 25-year-old centre forward, has gone to Barcelona for £27.9 million. I thought that was quite interesting. And that is it for the huge transfers being made, guys. Now, before I get into these fixtures, actually, there are a few more transfers that I wanted to show you guys. This is the best way to show you. Now, we managed to sell Edward to Fulham for £5.3 million. We know about Shalini being injured, so we can get rid of that. We sold Kimpembe to West Brom for £17.9 million. You guys know about Guedes being loaned out. We got rid of Berbek and sold him to Crystal Palace for £4.35 million. The biggest one and most upsetting is Angel Di Maria did finally get sold to Chelsea, of all clubs. Now, Real Madrid weren't budging. I was asking for 35 million, and Chelsea and Real Madrid did not accept that. But when Conte said we can offer you 30.1, I was like, we could get somewhere here. So we backed and forthed until we agreed on £32 million. So Angel Di Maria, thank you so much. You were a huge addition to this squad. Since Lionel Messi came, Angel knew things were going to go downhill from there. So I hope he's amazing at Chelsea. And the total amount of money spent across all the leagues was £486,980,000. Let's see if we could reach the £500 million mark for season 3. You just never know. But I'm going to delete all these messages now and move on. Going back to the fixtures, guys. I am pleased to say we did win once again the trophy champ against Lille, 1-0. Now I've got the picture of the result, who scored, and so on and so forth. First, let me delete that one. Yes, so like I said, we did beat them 1-0. Verratti scored the goal. Shalini received a yellow card. And I barely know any of the players in Lille's team, to be honest, so I don't think it's worth mentioning that. I'm just deleting whilst talking, guys. Again, this is all going to be different in the next episode. I'm going back to the norm of me being recording and reacting at the same time. I just think it'd be a lot easier that way. It saves me from having to use my phone and taking pictures and stuff, and no, it's just too boring. But yes, our first Liga 1 game, guys, was against none other than our arch nemesis in AS Monaco. I'm trying to look, and that's September, my bad, August. So there you have it. On the 12th of August, we destroyed them 5-1. It was an absolute thrashing. It's a shame that Leno never got the clean sheet, but I ain't fussed about that. It was just the result that was absolutely perfect. Varane and Silva get goals of their own. Shalini gets injured at this point.
Verratti gets another goal. Sanchez gets a yellow, and Neymar scores 2 of his own, with De Vrij coming on for Chiellini to getting himself some Liga 1 debut game time. Jonathan Tah from AS Monaco scored, and I'm about to show you tell you their team that they played in that game. They had Sabatic, Torre, Jameson, Tah, George, Mata, Fabinho, Lopez, Lamar, Correa, Ibrahimovic, Benaglio, Larson, Balde, Diao, Jovetic, Raggi, Tielemans, and Carrillo. So it seems that AS Monaco have got a bit of a strong team, and unfortunately we have to bury Zlatan along with them. But no goals from Correas, and not a very good start for our rivals, which makes me really, really, really pleased. Second game was against Marseille in the Liga. So let me just delete this picture, that one, and yes, so we scraped a win away from home, 1-0, and it was none other than De Bruyne to score the goal. Messi and Ronaldo came off for Di Maria and Mbappe. I only recognise a couple of names in the Marseille team, but not very strong in my opinion. It was an away game, so I didn't expect an incredible result, but nonetheless, we got a total of 6 points so far. Just deleting some more pictures, free up some space off my phone, because I ain't going to be doing this again, I'll tell you that now. Okay, so the third and final game of the August recap, let's see if we can get down here, there we go, was against Toulouse, and we done another whopping victory of 4-0. All 3 of these games, guys, we played my crucial team, all 4 of them actually, including the trophy champ. I played my crucial team. I wanted to give them a huge head start in the Liga 1 as champions. Verratti gets another goal, Dybala gets his debut goal, and Neymar scores 2 for himself. Ronaldo and De Bruyne came off for Mbappe and Pulisic. No one that I really recognise from Toulouse, except for Lafont, of course. But yeah, a very impressive victory. I'm really, really pleased with PSG at the moment. We have done a fantastic summer transfer window. I'm really looking forward to January. We've got a little bit of money, and I'm going to go back to normal recording, guys, from now on. But before I end the episode, let's have a little look-see at the Coupe Nationale. So those are the round 1 contestants. I need to keep an eye on them. The Coupe de la Ligue round 1 contestants with results, as you can see. Round 2, we will be going up against Clermont Foot. So hopefully AS Monaco don't eliminate us again this season in the Coupe de la Ligue, but this will be down to my rotation squad, and it's not the end of the world. Yep. Looks like Juventus defeated FC Barcelona in the Copa Europe. And we have got the playoff rounds for you, in case you guys were interested in the results. There you have it. But now we have the fixtures written up for September of the Champions Cup, but we'll check out the groups just in a mo. The qualifying rounds, the results are as followed, guys, as you can see. Let's go right down there. You're more than welcome to pause. I have to go down again. And there you have it. So those are the results for the qualifying rounds, and obviously their fixtures have been decided. No one really cares about international friendlies, completely irrelevant. Let's move on. We're not going to check out tables. I'll check that out in the next episode. You guys got a sneak peek there. So yeah, I'm just really, really pleased. You know, the squad looks amazing. 3 victories, 4 out of 4 victories so far. Let's check out our instructions, because we need to start sending these scouts out now. So we are looking for world-class and first-team quality players between the ages of 16 and 34, with contracts remaining between 0 to 1 year. So
let's start sending out some scouts. I've got my French scout right here, who's obviously going to go to France. Arthur Renaud's 4-star experience of 5-star judgment. I'll send him to, with him not being spectacular, let's, I just want to send him to the major leagues, you know? So maybe, do you know what? Let's send him to Belgium. I'm going to send him to Belgium. David Pakia is 4-star, 4-star. You can go to Germany. And of course, Spain and England, I want to be scouted by better scouts, which unfortunately has to be these guys. Hopefully they do well, hopefully. Now, let's see who's available. So we do have Pascal, who we can hire. I mean, we've got the money. But I really want a 5-star experience and a 5-star judgment scout, so I'm going to move on. Oh, we've got one already. Jeez. Oh wow, so Courtois contract expires in 10 months. We'll definitely shortlist him. Wow, what a signing that would be. Going to need a bit of Wonga for that though. Okay, so what did we have here? So Quili Fang is now 16 years old and is eligible to join the senior squad. I'm going to hold off for as much as possible, and when he's getting a little bit fed up, I'll give him a contract. As for youth stuff, we're not going to send Sam out because we're not interested in bringing in any more youth academy players due to our objectives. Finances, let's see how we are doing in terms of budget. So I've dropped it down to about let's put it on 200,000 wage budget. That seems fair. So 205,000 wage budget with 46,000 transfer budget. That seems fine by me. I don't want to come out of finances altogether. So we're making a profit at the moment, guys, of 231 million. Which is really, really, really good. Those are all of the earnings you guys can see for your viewing pleasure, and those are all of the expenses. Let's check out transactions. So player shirt sales, guys. Neymar is still the top selling shirt. Behind him in second place is De Bruyne, and now Messi is the third place of selling shirts. I'm hoping Ronaldo can start fitting in there at some point, but something a little bit interesting for you guys. We've also completed one of our objectives, you know, the short-term brand exposure. I knew that would be fine. Youth development, we're halfway there for the bottom one, but since we're out of the transfer window and I'm not really interested in this objective, I'm not going to really focus on that. And that is that at the moment. Let's check out how Arsenal are doing in England. This is going to be a little bit slow, guys. Do forgive me. I wish EA would make this a bit faster. So Arsenal are in 7th place after 3 games. They've only won 1 game, drawn a game, and lost a game. So I'm not really impressed, but it could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse. So now let's have a look. Now this is the best way to check what players are in what club. All you've got to do, guys, is, where are we? Edit player, and you can check out, you can edit any player in the game. So that means you can go to any club and see roughly what players they've got. So we're in France. Let's go to, I can even go on to free agents. That's how sick this feature is. And there is Arsenal. I can even check out those who are excellent players in the club. Will show me their overall on the right hand side. So Zelalem doesn't. You know, that's his jersey number 40.
He's a centre midfielder. You can have a look what he looks like if you edit him. But you've got Xhaka here. Xhaka, the 29-year-old centre midfielder, is 84 overall. So, someone to be, to keep an eye on. Welbeck, 80 overall. Van Dijk, 85, probably their best player. And there's a centre midfielder, Seri here. I don't know who that is. And this is their squad, basically. Loads of players I don't recognise. Mustafi's still holding strong. Motta is there still, which is quite hilarious. Mignolet is 81 overall. So yeah, Lacazette still holding his own. Someone who I'll definitely consider in the future, or maybe for the patriotic career mode. Coutinho. Oh yes, Coutinho. Holy shit, I completely forgot about him. That was the first season Arsenal signed him. So yeah, it's not the worst team. They have lost a lot of good players, but they're still holding strong, which is actually very intriguing. And I think, guys, that is about it. I showed you all the results for all the August fixtures. This is what we're going to have in the next episode. I'm going to be going through the whole month, step by step. So it's just going to be like old times. We've got 5 Liga 1 games and 1 Champions Cup game, which reminds me we need to check out the groups. Right, I've forgotten how to do that. Let me see. Tables. Champions Cup, that's what we want. And it's going to load up really slowly now. But this is the groups for the EuroLeague, in case you guys were wondering. There's a lot more groups in the EuroLeague than there is in the Champions Cup. The Champions Cup is way more important. Lyonnais are in Group C. Got Atletico Madrid in the EuroLeague this year. Manchester City in the EuroLeague this year as well. So is Spurs. Got Lille in the EuroLeague again. And that is it. So let's check out the Champions Cup, more importantly. So, for Group A, we've got Manchester United, Napoli, Galatasaray and Villarreal CF. Bayern, Liverpool, Besiktas and FC Krasnodar in Group B. Chelsea, Roma, Schalke and FC Basel in Group C. Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSV and PAOK in Group D. Barcelona, Benfica, Marseille are contestants for the Champions Cup this year. Congratulations to them. And Anderlecht in Group E. Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Rubin Kazan and Celtic are in Group F. Of course, we, Paris Saint-Germain, are in a group with Sevilla FC, FC Porto and FC Copenhagen. I can't remember off the top of my head whether we had any of these clubs in our group last year, but it will be interesting to see. Juventus, AS Monaco, Leverkusen and FC Braga. Now, our nemesis in AS Monaco have got last year's champions, Juventus, in their group, so it will be very interesting to see how they fare. Out of the two groups, I definitely think we've got the longer end of the straw. AS Monaco will perhaps struggle, but we're just going to have to see. But that is it, guys. That is it. Everything I need to show you. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I'm going to save this game and have this episode transferred to my YouTube channel. I have been your boy MillzySawUs, your #1 fella for lazy gaming. This has been my FIFA 18 PSG Simulated Career Mode Season 2, Episode 2, the August recap. I will see you guys in the next one where we go through September together. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.